bet this weather looks familiar to you, don't it, Pat? I would assume it does. We're rolling through your neck of the woods right now. Yes, I am. Hopefully we got audio and we got good video. Traffic. Oh, here we are. Looks like I got nothing but traffic in front of me all the way into Columbus. That's okay, it's rush hour. We'll deal with it. Thank you for that, Patrick. I appreciate that. It is definitely, yeah, those caps definitely help, so I appreciate that. Good morning, Eric. Good morning. As we are I-70 westbound, coming up on the outskirts of Columbus, Ohio right now. Traffic's pretty congested. Lightning speed this morning, 29 miles an hour in the 70 mile per hour interstate. Just happened to be when my clock come back to me this morning. I figured I was going to catch it here. Hopefully Effingham ain't so bad. I get over there at 14 hours and some odd minutes to get to our first drop tomorrow. Over on the far west side of Minneapolis. And then another 4 hours back up to the house to drop off his bail. I will put a picture on Discord of my load later on today. Trying something different again today. I have an Android tablet in my truck. Trying that later on today. I'll see if that thing works to do what I need it to do. We are running strictly on Starlink. This is not a cellular tablet. It's a Wi-Fi tablet. So please, I apologize if we lose the stream. There's not much I'm going to be able to do about that. Weather and oh my goodness gracious, 43 minutes to 270. Holy cow. Ish. I should have stayed at the rest area for another hour. What a bummer. What a bummer. Dang it. I'll get the first one off tomorrow morning, run back up to the house. Drop the second one off. It just gets delivered 3 miles from my place of employment. And then we'll call it a day. I think I'm gonna go to our local butcher, buy a whole pork belly. They're like $40. Get that thing marinated and make myself some bacon for this winter. Sulfing around here. I think I should. She's looking a little messed up in front of me, so. Not to say this is going to be any better, but I don't feel like messing around. I'm going right straight through the heart of Columbus today. We'll go around. I'm still going to hit back up traffic, but hopefully it's not going to be as bad as it is in front of me up there. Because it's bad. Different doing this thing on a horizontal. I've forgotten what it's like to not have 10, 15, 20 people in at any given time. How many people are in here right now? 3, 2, 3, 4, 5? I think we had 7 yesterday. It's different. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. We don't know how to merge. Is this that difficult to merge? Seriously? Brother. Yeah, 270 is going to be a cluster on here too, looks like. welcome in whoever's in. Good morning, Erica, Patrick. Anybody else came in, good morning. Yesterday I had started a new thing on the channel. You guys are asking questions directly to me later on when I read this stuff back to put them all in capital letters. But please remember, if we make everything all capital letters, then there's no point in doing it because it's not going to stand out for me later on down the road. So only pertinent stuff, guys. You know, really, it's I'm trying to make it easier for me to be able to pull the comments out. So if it's absolutely not necessary, try to keep it just regular letters, lowercase letters, like everybody else. You know what I mean? Otherwise, if everything's all capped, we're right back to where I was when everything's all lowercase. It's not going to make a difference for me. I'm not going to be able to pull out anything important. Thank you for doing that. The calendars do help. That last night, there some stuff. It really did help be able to see lowercase letters. It stands right up. It's easier. Not bad. I get it. I like to be little letters. Thanks, Patrick. 3 months, brother. How awesome is that? Thank you very much. Wish I had a bone to squeak here for you, my friend. I got nothing. Squeaky squeak, squeaky squeak, squeaky squeak. Yes, you're right. You're right, sir. This the whole country needs the rain right now. What did I hear? Was it Memphis? No. Was it Memphis? Somebody got 12 inches of rain in 24 hours. Kentucky's got, where my buddy lives in Kentucky, they've got 8 inches of rain. And then another day they got 7 inches of rain. And this is all in the last week. Just getting absolutely poured on. And again, if it's not a pertinent question or whatever, try to keep everything lowercase. Unless you're directly asking a question. You need to get my attention. Saw that too, Pat. Yeah, I can't remember where I heard it was. I could swear I heard Memphis, but I don't remember. Unless I know exactly. It doesn't really matter. It's a lot of rain. My question was, how does Paducah keep themselves from going underwater with the river right there? They have a man-made 14-foot concrete wall at the river that keeps the water in town, keeps Paducah from getting washed down the river and end up in Memphis. And my question was, how much rain can Kentucky Lake handle before it becomes an issue. And apparently, in the fall, they drop Kentucky Lake down feet, 5-10s of feet if they have to accommodate all the rain. Then they slowly release it downstream and not cause major flooding issues. And if you're not familiar with Kentucky Lake, it's freaking huge. Oogie. I'm trying to keep my following distance back quite a ways here. It's wet, rainy, icky conditions outside. Clearly, we all can see that. These trucks are they're designed to stop with a full load on them and dry pavement conditions. I do not have a full load. I've only got 20,000 pounds on the deck. I can legally haul 48. So if I have to come to a quick stop in rainy weather conditions like this and I hit the binders, that's what this space between us is for. We all talk about it in the trucking world, and all the trucking streamers talk about following distance. There's a reason why it's here. It's not for cars like this red one that just pulled in front of me to pull in front of me. It's there to not kill someone. Really need to spread that word and get people to understand that following distance is not an open invitation to pull in front of me. It's a open invitation to not end up 6 feet below ground. You know, I haven't seen Patrick, if you're still here, I haven't seen Alex Halls come across my feed in for freaking ever. Forever. I haven't seen, honestly, and I said it yesterday, I haven't seen anybody's streams come across my notifications feed. Is Alex Hall still doing his thing? The only reason I know Joey's still streaming is because I go over there and look every day. Otherwise, it's like, really, dude? See what I mean, guys? See what I mean? I have 10 seconds of following distance, and this guy pulls right in front of me. Alright, we're going to start catching up to stop traffic here real soon. Oh yeah, Linker got tooken. That's funny. Yeah, Linker got tooken. That's for sure. Got it. Linker got de-linked. I've had, I don't know, 8 of those things now. I threw a bunch of them away last week or the week before, and it was sitting in my house, voice boxless. What's up, dude? The Deuterino. Boy, you got one. You got yourself one heck of an intro video over there on the Gen X stream, huh? Wow, that was pretty impressive to see last night. The Deuterino. Call me the dude. That was awful nice of him to do that for you. Pretty cool. Traveling in the rain, my friend. Traveling in the rain. Deuterino. Understand, Patrick, that's for pertinent stuff, not just like general talking, right? I don't want that to get confused. If it's something that you want me to see later on down the road in chat, then I'll be able to pull it out. That's what I'm trying to explain. An everyday conversation does not need to be in capital letters. It's not something that, like, if you said to me, hey, Trucker Zeus, I dropped a message for you in Discord, that would be something that I could see later on down the road, and I can pull it out in my watch when I watch the feedback, and it'll stand out to me. But again, if every single message is put down in all capital letters, then it's completely pointless. They are definitely good ones. I didn't get a chance to stay in there very long last night. It was nap time. It was literally when I said a quick flyby, I meant seriously a quick flyby. They just happened to have started when I crawled my my fat hiney up in the rack, and I laid down. A notification door on. I think I sleep 5 minutes. It was an extremely long day yesterday. Stressful day. You know the way it is, dude, when you're driving up and down the road in a vehicle, you don't have 100% faith in it's going to get anything done for you. And that's how I'm feeling about this. The Bumblebird right now, she's kind of letting me down. When you're driving down the road and you're constantly looking at the dash, waiting for that check engine light to pop on. That was yesterday, and it's on. It's been on now for the last 2 weeks because I have to get a NOx sensor replaced. But when the thing just shut down on me Tuesday night, that was there's no feeling that you're trying to sleep at night. You got the thought in the back of your head, I'm going to feel my truck shake and shut off. It was not a good feeling at all. So it's working. I got to get it back, get that NOx sensor replaced. My fuel mileage is absolutely horrendous right now. Absolutely horrendous. Good morning, Tobias. Or good afternoon to you, sir. Good morning from me. Good morning from me and good afternoon to you, my friend. Yeah, my fuel mileage, I was like 4.19 miles per gallon. That's like almost 3.5 miles per gallon less than what I normally get. As soon as that NOx sensor decided it wanted to flake out on me. And I think what it's doing, I think my 7th injector is constantly spitting fuel into the exhaust system to keep this truck into a regen right now. I think that's where my fuel economy is going down the drain. 7th injector, for those who might watch this later on down the road, this truck is a 6-cylinder vehicle. The 7th injector is an injector that is directly behind the turbo, and it sprays diesel fuel into your exhaust, which brings your exhaust temperature up to 1400 or 1600 degrees, which initiates your diesel particulate filter to burn out all the particulates that are in it. It's a quite complex system. Lots and lots of sensors, lots of things that can go wrong. But if you ever hear that term seventh injector, that's what it is. It's not an engine injector. It's an exhaust injector. I got 3.8 miles to get back on 70 here. How has your day been, Big Dutch? Did you get anything accomplished today? You'll be winding up on the end of your day if your day is already done. Across the pond. Thank you for swinging in this morning, Tobias. Yeah, it's definitely not good. The shop told me I've had knocks go out on me before, and I've never had an issue with them. But they did tell me, and I didn't know this, that could potentially shut the truck down. They usually don't see that happen. Depending on what else issues it may cause, other problems. I've never had one shut me down, but yeah, 4.19 miles per gallon. That's pretty brutal. And the 4.19 miles per gallon I was completely empty for 4.5 hours. I had 15,000 pounds on my deck the other half of the time. So I don't even want to know what my mileage was when I was fully loaded. I would cry. They go hand in hand, Patrick. I have to use both. The GoPro, all that stuff runs off of my Starlink. All of it does, if that's what you're asking. I can run my GoPro app off of my cellular plan as well if I wanted to, but it's still not going to change. It's still not going to change the Flaky app itself. Take 1, take 2, take 20, take 30 thing. That's just the app. Has it been okay? Is it next to bridges, of course? Is it okay in the rain today? All right, 2.6 miles per gallon. You're welcome, Patrick. It's not a very difficult system to use, but that GoPro app is so flaky. You, Patrick, I said, the white. Jeez, are you today? Dang it. Good morning, Daniel. I think it's time to get over to the right. I think it is. I'm going to. Thank you, Ben. How's your week going, dude? You must be between stops, huh? You climbing somebody's pole right now, dude? You climb poles? And you just use ladder? I haven't. remember the days when I was young. The utility company had those little foot pegs in the utility pole right out in front of my house, and they had to come over. They had to come over and take the bottom one off because I could reach it. I could jump up and reach it and get up on the pole. Had to come take it off. My dad called him. You need to get this thing off of here. My kid's gonna kill himself. Like, I was a freaking monkey back then. We had big birch trees and pine trees in our yard. I used to climb those things right to the far as I could go. I'd be 15, 20 feet up in those trees. Get your ass down. You're gonna kill yourself. I only fell a couple times. You don't gaff, all right? I didn't think you guys would. I didn't think you would. Do you guys even have bucket trucks? I mean, I know that company has bucket trucks. I'm just talking about your location in general. What's up, sissy? We don't have to worry about what I did at age 3 now, come on. You remember those days? Remember that big, huge, massive pine tree we had at the end? Big one that was right there at the fence. Remember that? It was like 30 feet tall. Dad had that old 16-foot Larson boat parked underneath it for, Jesus, the majority of my childhood and never used it. That's the tree I'm talking about that I would climb. And that birch tree, too, that was kind of up by the house. That one was hard. That one was difficult to climb up because it didn't have a lot of branches. But that pine tree, that thing must have had a 3-foot base. It was absolutely huge. We sure had a fun childhood, didn't we? Wintertime, sledding down those big hills between our property and Anderson's property. The guy behind us with the horses and the cows. You had all those girlfriends around there that lived in the neighborhood. Those little jackass kids that were next door to us, whose names I'm not going to say. Troublemakers. The ones to our right, looking at the street, not the ones to the left. Yeah, it was good times back then. If kids nowadays had any idea what it was like to have fun back then, this would be such a different world we live in right now. Back in the day when you didn't want to pick up the rotary phone and make a phone call because it took you actually got up off your ass and walked next door and said, "Do you want to come out and play?" Let me over, shithead. I'm just gonna cut your ass off then, man. Bro, I'll take your hood off. U.S. Pro paint. Well, you're certainly not U.S. Pro at driving. Yeah, I remember that. So we lived, guys, if you're in your watch, and that right, we lived on a dirt road, and that dirt road was about 4 miles long. And I don't know why I never got into a professional car kind of driver career, because we did some pretty crazy stuff. I can make that front wheel drive car do things that most people were scared to do with a rear wheel drive car on that dirt road. Morning, Dawana. Say hi to Batman for me. Just thinking back to our childhood, Sissy. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. So much fun. Remember that? You remember that time when? You remember that time at band camp? You remember? You remember that time? When Dad got mad at me, and he wouldn't let me take the Buick, because at that time it was still his car, even though I had pretty much completely destroyed it. He wouldn't let me take, which was basically my car. No, he hadn't given it to me at that time yet. He wouldn't let me take the car to work or to school, and I got pissed off. Now we were like probably 18, 20 miles away from the school where I lived. I got mad at him. This is bullshit. He goes, no, you're taking the bus. I said, I am not getting on that yellow bus with those kids. I said, hey, it's not happening. I'm a senior in high school. And he's like, well, and you're going to have to walk your ass to school. And I'm like, I'll show you, fucker. I jumped on my bicycle, and I biked myself all the way to school. I was like 2 hours late. Him and I always butt heads over stuff like that. So ideally, yeah. Yeah, I know. Every time we jump, you're like, don't do anything scary. I won't. Oh, if there would have been a bridge to jump, I'd have done it. I promise, I would have done it. Thank you. Thank you. The traumas that we had of childhood growing up too at the lake. I remember the old man in his nightly saunas, right? The nightly saunas, where whenever Dad come walking upstairs, the towel around his midriff, you knew it was sauna time. And you're like, gosh, I hope you got this thing tight. Please, just when you sit back in your chair, have your towel tight. And he'd go out there and he'd jump into that sauna. And, are you gonna come out and wash my back? I'm like, no, I think I was done washing your back when I was about 5 years old, bro. No, it's not happening. And you never, ever, ever walked outside knowing that the old man was in the sauna, because he would have his 10 gallons of water he'd get out of the lake, be sitting in there warming up so he could wash himself off in the sauna, and then stand out on the deck buck naked and dump those buckets of water over himself. Never, ever, ever walk outside when you knew he was in the sauna, because you don't want to see that. Yeah, he was a crazy man. Modesty? No, that one wasn't in the dictionary there. not at all. And I did a little bit of that. A little bit of that did fall down the gene pool. No modesty. Unless we were in public, then it was nice as pie. Remember, he had that big stack of pine logs sitting over by Grandma's memorial. I don't even know. I bet the sister and brother-in-law probably tore that memorial down, knowing the way they are. He had that stack of logs that was over there before that memorial was put up. We actually cut those logs up to put that memorial there. And I remember him struggling with the chainsaw. This was after he lost the majority of his digits on his one hand. And he was struggling with that chainsaw, and I remember mortality kind of smacking him in the back of the head. He calls me up on the phone. I think I was living down in East End of Duluth at the time. He calls me up on the phone, and he says, "Hey, Tiger, what's up, man? Can you come up to the lake?" And he says, I got a project up here, and I just can't do it. I'm like, no problem. I'll be up there this afternoon. And I watched him trying to start that chainsaw. And guys, he cut all up. Basically, we'll just say he cut almost all of his fingers off of one hand on a table saw. It was a really brutal accident. But he needed help getting that wood cut up and get out of the way so he could lay concrete block and make, which was his mother's memorial over there, which was absolutely beautiful. The flowers and stuff he did with that, it was spectacular. He was an extremely kind-hearted soul. Anyways, I'm like, yeah. I said, I'll fire up the old chainsaw, the old John's Rood. And so I said, I can't do it. I don't want to hurt myself. I'm like, it's no problem. I said, I'll get it done for you. And I almost lost my leg that day. The chain got loose, and I wasn't paying attention. And the chain came off the bar, and the damn chain, look at these guys. The chain wrapped right around my friggin' leg when it broke. Wrapped right around my leg. Fortunately, it hit the chain stop at the same time, and it completely shredded my pants, but it never even cut my skin. That was really bad. See you later, dude. Have yourself a good morning. The old man. Yeah, that was a sad accident. That was sad. I think we're starting to get out of the weather. Just kick this thing down to 70 now. Let's get the trucking. Say good morning to the youngster for me if he's, what time is it? No, he's probably already out of the car. You can tell the four-legged boy good morning for me. Jovi, Jovi, Jovi. What's up, Jovi boy? Jovi, Jovi, Jovi. Jovi, Jovi, Jovi. Yeah, it was a bad one. It was a bad one, sissy. I'm lucky to have not cut my leg off. They make chaps for a reason. Never use a chainsaw unless you got chaps on. I see people out there, these backyard people that grab their chainsaw and they're cutting stuff up with their shorts on, and they're in their flip-flops and socks on their feet, and I'm like, you guys are just not smart. Not smart at all. I'm gonna have to stop and grab some coffee and some breakfast up here somewhere. So my ETA to my first customer is here. I think that's my trip. Is that right? That's not right. Oh, that's to Indianapolis. To 74. I'll get west of Indy at 12:30. Is that right? Oh, that's Champaign. Okay, yeah, that's right between Champaign and Bloomington. Would be 12:30. I'm thinking today I'm gonna have my Crete over here. And whenever you want to Crete, it's yours. And you don't even have his radio on. Half a blinker to the right, 3 blinks back to the left. How about that? Come on over, JD. You can have her. Come on, come on. Good day, Sissy. What's that?
You figure your time problem out last night on your logbook?
No, I was just straight up out hours. I just parked and went to bed. I guess I worked a little longer than I realized.
Wow.
Yeah, here, I'll tell you what the problem is. Those filter assemblies are junk, what they are. Buddy, I forgot about this until you picture. Anthony, he was grabbing a load over in Duluth, and I went over to help him in my car, help him strap it down. It was a really intense load of structural steel, and he's only been trucking for a couple of years, and he needed some help securing that thing because it was anyway. Get it secured. It's on way back over to Duluth to Superior. To get there, you got to go over the Richard Long Bridge. And as soon as he took the corner to get onto the bridge, the filter assembly literally broke in half, and one of his two filters went rolling across the highway into the ditch. And there he's sitting on the side of the side. Well, he was like, it's an apex, it's a median you have to get into, and he had the whole entire bridge block. He broke down right in the middle of the bridge. That's how shitty those things are. The castings on those things are just junk. All of them. It doesn't matter whether it's the Chinese ones or the OEMs. They have a major flaw with them. The shop says they have 7, 8, 9 of those things a year that literally they just break in half and the filters fall right off of them.